too much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a light, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Yo, welcome to the Elevated News Podcast with Two Dope Dudes. We are your source for Midwest cannabis news, culture, and more. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dave.
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. It's another week, another lovely week in cannabis, and spring's coming. So
Yeah.
be happy. Spring is
Yeah,
coming.
I hope so. I'm ready for it.
Well, snow's starting to melt. We've had the Hockey Winter Classic. We've had Stadium Series. That means Super Bowl's next weekend. That means like winter's almost over for me.
It's February, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, bro.
I don't even know how we got here, but it came quick.
Yeah, we were just disc golfing in shorts not long ago,
Yeah.
and we will be soon again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Excited about this year, 20 years with Fox Valley Metro.
Yeah.
By the way, I went and found a bunch of the old history and the chapter, the club bylaws and stuff from the Wayback Archive
Wow,
for
nice.
Fox Valley,
Hell yeah.
and preserve that just so we had that someday. But yeah, 20 years with Fox Valley Metro Disc Golf. Dave, thanks for holding the box and showing up every Sunday for the last what is it, 7 years now or something?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
So, appreciate the hell out of you,
Yeah.
shout out to all the people that came before us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
because,
just popped in my mind. I didn't plan on like talking about it or anything. Not that it really matters to most of our audience at large.
No, it's
some
all
of
right.
us, some of us for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a community that is more beneficial than it is harmful. So
Yeah.
I think it's okay to speak on the good stuff every once in a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, no, but it's going to be fun. We're going to be back out. It's going to be spring. I was sitting around planning my garden a little bit this weekend, trying to figure out where I'm going to plant what,
Nice.
or what I'm going to plant where, and
Nice.
what I'm going to do. So, it's definitely getting there. So cheer up. It's not going to be cold all year, my friends, across the country, across the nation. Spring will be here soon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm into it because I think the more people that I'm talking to, and I think it's like it hits early, but then it settles in later, like the seasonal depression thing,
Mhm.
which is so real for so many more people than they allow themselves to believe that it is.
Well, that's like right now. Right now is the time where the sun doesn't actually make enough UVB. So this is where people actually are missing out on some of that UVB
Well,
on their
dude,
skin. That's the stuff that makes vitamin D.
Yeah, the amount of fucking gray days that
Mhm.
we deal with here is like it becomes overwhelming. And then depending on because like a lot of us, especially like the disc golf community,
Yeah.
we have our outlet out in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like to not be able to get out and do that and absorb that level of vitamin D or whatever is just
Shout out to all my indoor tent growers who like to go down in their basement in the afternoon and just sit and bask in the in the lights.
good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's one of the things I always. I mean, listen to me in the winter on this show. I always say, hey, I get to go down and sit in the basement and chill with the plants and kind of meditate and just absorb the rays and just try and feel good about life. And it's one of the mental aspects of, taking your health back in your own hands and using this plant in the right way. If you can be a caregiver for somebody and then also get the benefit of having something to do, having something to show up for, and then also getting vitamin D in the winter. I mean, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
We're here for it.
Yeah. I'm I've been getting out in disc golf. I went a couple of times this weekend, and like when I was done, my body was aching. I'm a little bit more whatever, but like there is this like endorphin rush that comes over where you're like, bro, I feel so much better for, and you don't really know. I mean, I know why, but like it's one of those like, benefits that you don't even need to work too hard at.
Yeah, you get out in a community that you're involved in and that you enjoy, and you get to be around people that you mostly enjoy, and you get to do a sport that you love. I mean, what's terrible about that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It was cold, but there was sunshine, so
it's gonna be cold next weekend when we go disc golfing.
Oh, yeah. It was 0 degrees this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like in the 20s or 30s next.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to snow next weekend.
Oh,
we're supposed to get a little snowy on Sunday.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm gonna tough it out no matter what. It's my favorite day one of my favorite days of the year, literally.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. I'm excited about it. Like I got to show up.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't disc golfed in a while either. I'm happy about it. I'm like, oh, this will be an easy one.
Yeah.
I don't even have to worry about shit. I just
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, we got some cool news to get into today. Let's run plugs real quick, and then we'll get into the stuff we got. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite podcast and streaming apps. TwoDopeDudes YouTube channel. Please give us a like and leave a review. This helps us reach more people. SupportDopePeople.com. Come over there and buy a T-shirt, buy a hat, buy a hoodie, buy a winter hat. I have to fix one thing on the Peace, Love, and Cope logo and make it so it can go on black shirts as well, and then we'll have those up there.
Nice. I have something that should go on black shirts too. Like
okay, cool. Yeah, will you send and stuff? Yeah, will you send that to me? Yeah. Well, then I will have that up shortly. People, check it out, and then SupportDopePeople.com and Twitter.com at TwoDopeDudes. Come check us out. And if you're not doing anything on Thursdays, come check Dave out, Dave.
Yeah. Peace, Love, and Cope on YouTube. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central. Take your health back into your own hands. It's really just a place where you can start asking me if you ever want to literally jump in. You can do it anonymously and ask questions about cannabis, talk about health stuff. I'm not a healthcare professional, but I have worked around the cannabis healthcare space for long enough to know some stuff. So come pick my brain Thursday night.
Yeah. Thursday nights. Last Thursday night was really fun. Cole Preston of the Cole Memo podcast jumped on, and it was a fun time. Y'all had some really interesting conversations, and it ranged from UFOs to cannabis to like
AI.
Yeah, it was fun.
We were all over the place. It was fun. Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, big fan. So yeah, shout out to Cole. That was a whole lot of fun. You can do that too. Just shout us out ahead of time, and we can set that up so we can have visitors on your show as well.
Can I shout out Mason from Sun Drenched Farm?
Oh, absolutely. Love that guy.
Because it is his CBD right now that I think is like making my brain feel as good as it is. Yeah, and he's just such a good dude. There was some shipping issues that went on. It took like a while for the one thing to come through. He was like, oh my God, dude, should have let me know earlier. Bing, bang, boom. He shipped another one. And then like all of a sudden on the same like day after day, I got 2 different packages. I called him up. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like this other one finally came through. Oh no, it's all good, dude. Like you know, we got you, whatever. He's just such a good dude. He like he was able to argue it with the post office and got everything settled on. So I don't know, dude. What
Okay.
like he goes the above and beyond, and his product is honestly helping me out a ton right now. So mad love
Hey,
Mason.
yeah, we love Mason. And right there at the bottom, it's Sun Drenched Farm, not farms, but sundrenchedfarm.com. And he is local to us here in Illinois. You know, and so support local and support your friends and support dope people, support people who are doing dope things. That's right.
These capsules are an amazing, dude. They're
Sun Drenched Farm.
so nice.
Love that guy. We got to have him back on the podcast soon.
I would love that.
And then, hey, next week we got a guest too. That'll be fun.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yep.
This is one where like you should share it with all of your friends, and you'll spread this word.
Very interesting things coming. Okay. Hey, let's get into YouTube comments. Let's see here. YouTube comments. Cole Memo just coming back by to drop a comment and some support. Keep up the great work, Aaron and Dave. Cole, as always, we appreciate you, buddy. Daily Homegrown, another great show. Missed the live, but just finished the episode. Thank you, brother. Chi-Town Hi-Fi, more reason to grow your own. You can't remediate the love out of that process.
Damn.
And I enjoyed the whole damn show. Thanks, Mr. Rourke.
Golly.
Yeah.
What a squad.
Appreciate the comments, yeah.
Yeah, so much.
And then in the live chat, let me see here. I'm sure just, there we go. So let's see, Mickey420 from Cannabis Legalization News was here. Appreciate him.
Yeah.
And I've said before, Miggy and I don't necessarily always agree on aspects, but I appreciate that he asks like intelligent questions and actually tries to understand other people's points of view instead of just going, I'm right and you're wrong, and you know, all that fun stuff. And Miggy's a social equity app qualifier, and he is going to be opening a dispensary in Pekin soon. So that'll be cool.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to Miggy420. I like that guy. In-house genetics as well. Satisfied Mind. Cody Whitaker. Let's see.
Hell yeah. What a squad.
John Voight. Cole Memo. Let's see here. I'm sure there's more. Norm. Always love Norm.
Hell yeah.
Minnesota Organics. Yeah, all the people that are just amazing people and always come through and are hanging out in our chat.
Hey, Mr. Rourke was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the squad. I see everybody loves that. Look at this, Dave's Conditional Cannabis Corner. Hell yeah.
Got some symptoms from your condition. Dude, that's a jam.
It is a jam, and it's one of the most important parts of the show, and people seem to enjoy it. So,
yeah, thank you.
Hey, let's get into some quick cannabis news. We got two stories that deal with Illinois. One of them we've already gone over. The next one we're going to go over kind of quickly, and we'll probably get back to it once something more substantial happens. So the first one is Illinois finally released their cannabis sales total. Now, we had talked about this some episodes ago when we got the data from, what is that? Do you remember what it was? It was whatever that data aggregation shopping retail experience program was.
Yeah.
That you were like, eh.
It's, I do know what it is, but now that you put me on the spot,
sure,
my brain is not clicking.
Totally get it. I'll get into it. You just tell me when you remember. IDFPR released their recreational cannabis sales totals for the second half of the year from June to December 2025. In 2025, Illinois dispensaries cannabis sales totals, or sales reached, 1.5 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Headset. Was it headset?
Yeah. I think so. Okay. I knew it was like a one-word thing.
Yeah.
It was 52 million total items sold. June to December sales included, yeah, 4.1, 4.3, 116, 114, 115, 105, 113 million, 110, 116. So if we look here, that's quite a drop. Missing totals include in-state and out-of-state sales totals for June to November 2025. In-state and out-of-state sales for December 25 were noted as partial totals, with the report stating, quotes, in December, Metric updated capabilities to include categorization of adult use sales into in-state and out-of-state consumers, and dispensaries began reporting non-resident sales mid-month.
Bro.
It also says this announcement, as with the May 2025 totals, came with an asterisk that explained, quote, the state of Illinois went live with a new state-of-the-art seed-to-sale track and trace data system, new to us, it should say. In July 2025, the new system Metric rolled out across the cannabis industry over several months and concluded in June. The sales tracking features in Metric help retailers more accurately and reliably report actual sales, including all discounts and promotions at checkout. A thorough review of past data indicates prior months collected some pre-discount prices. The number of items sold remained consistent across months, resulting in the improved data showing cannabis consumers have been paying less at checkout. Paying less because they're, buying less. But
there is a price compression that is going on, and there is some more because of the competition that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of that happening.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And my question was, originally when we talked about this, was, does that mean that the state's been, getting the wrong amount of tax? And it says here, sales receipts subject to tax and tax collections reported directly to Illinois Department of Revenue by retailers were accurate and not impacted by the non-discounted prices reported through the previous seed-to-sale system.
There's like a $220 million difference between 2024 and 2025.
So my thing is that, okay, we are more accurately, categorizing what things are, right? That's what's going on. We're more accurately categorizing things. So, sorry, I wanted to change that to dark mode so I could not be blinded in my face. So can we kind of apply that retroactively and have a more accurate look at what the market actually has been instead of what we've been saying it is? Because what it shows to me is that either we have a huge drop in sales, or our market is not as robust as we claim it is.
No, I mean,
which is what I've been saying for a long time, personally.
So in 2024, they sold 56.3 million items, and then it says here in 2025 they sold 52,146,000. So like there is a 4+ million item less sold year over year, but 4 million. $220 million difference, right? So you got to divide 4 by 220, and you're looking at like 50 whatever dollars per rip. It's $55 per item less.
Sure.
Over, you know what I mean? So like, in $55, like that's like concentrates, eighths of flour, quads of like shake, or
packs of pre-rolls.
Yeah, it's pre-rolls. Oh, and even packs of pre-rolls are 30, maybe $40 sometimes. So you even got to go to like the bigger things, like Grandma RSO, something like that. That like, it's wild to think that the numbers have shrunk this much over time. And again, with a small amount of price compression, you can really make bigger impacts. But why would the industry, and there's way more active licenses both dispensaries and cultivation and infusion and transportation. So we've built this entire industry up, and yet we have less sales and by astronomical amounts. Like
I mean, we're starting to.
$220 million less and 4 million less items is
I mean,
crazy.
bro, I, I, man, once it drops under 100,000, that's going to be it. That's going to be it. That's going to be. We're going to be back here.
Yeah, under 100 million per
Yeah,
per
we're going to
month,
be
you're
back
saying?
here.
Yeah.
We're going to be back here. Do you remember when we were here, Dave?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I lived in it.
I know you did.
Which is crazy to see because I worked in well, and it was because the limited number of
Well, this is medical.
dispensaries.
This is because it was all medical. And then look,
Well, January 2020 is when adult use came about. It
Right.
was
We jumped
2020 we
from
cracked the thing.
39 million to 137 million.
Yeah. And then like that should show like that 2020 year there should be, and it's funny as hell because that was right when COVID was happening, right?
Yeah.
And like there's really no decrease in numbers. Actually, as COVID's going on, there's an increase in numbers. And granted, this was one of those essential services,
Mm-hmm.
so people were able to go do it. But it's wild, dude.
It's super wild. So, the Illinois House, it is the beginning of the new year, 2026. So everybody's submitting their bills and trying to get their stuff done. This is our third cannabis omnibus bill. So it says here, within nearly 2 weeks, Illinois House representatives have introduced 3 different cannabis omnibus bills. Representative Bob Morgan introduced House Bill 4306. Representative Nicholas K. Smith followed with House Bill 4478. And Wednesday, Sonia M. Harper introduced Bill 4641. All 3 bills contain various cannabis-related provisions. It says here, all 3 bills would allow caregivers, qualifying patients, or provisional patients to purchase an adequate medical supply at any dispensing organization licensed by the Department of Financial and Professional Regulation. Caregivers and patients would also keep their allotment amounts. Say that
Yeah.
5 times fast. Jeez Louise. Caregivers and patients also would keep their allotment amounts and tax rates at all dispensaries. Amendments in 4641 also include renaming the Opioid Alternative Pilot Program, eliminating the sunset of the program and emergency rulemaking provisions. I think that I'm for that. Revising definitions, adding references to the Cannabis Regulation and Tax Act, and supplanting or sunsetting certain provisions. I'm not sure what those are, so I'm not going to say that I necessarily agree or disagree with them.
Didn't the other one have something like this in there to change it from a pilot program to like
I think that was the first one, correct?
Program or something?
It should be permanent, and it should still be under
It's
compassionate use of medical program.
They wanted to call it the Opiate Alternative Patient Program. They literally just want to drop the word pilot out of it and
sure.
make it,
yeah. And as Doug from Canna Equity Illinois Coalition has said, it is easier to change a word in a law than get a new law done. So, updating definitions, merging licenses, prioritizing medical patients, allowing license relocation, revising training and compliance requirements, and authorizing integrated ID card systems, establishing diversity spending and reporting requirements with penalties, deleting references to marijuana and hashish in the Tobacco Accessories and Smoking Herbs Control Act, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
So at some point, we'll take a look at all 3 of those, or we'll see which ones are actually moving forward and then discuss them more. Because at this point, it's just like, hey, we've got 3 bills, and they're all administrative. None of them really change. None of them have any reform, like as far as for patients or for the betterment of cannabis in Illinois.
The only thing that it does, all three of them, and like my hopes is the more shit you throw at the wall, maybe something sticks, right? And like it said right there at the top, all three bills would allow caregivers and qualifying patients, whatever. All that is just allow medical patients to purchase medical cannabis at every dispensary, regardless of its classification to the state.
Right.
Like it's
all three bills like mostly have to do with like fine tuning it for the state. Like there's nothing meaningful for small operators. There's nothing meaningful for medical patients. Like other than you would be able to potentially
adequate supply, and then the other one had like growing limits increase and stuff. Like there was a few smaller things inside that seemed good.
I am always for expanding home grow rights. Well, and I actually I want to say that differently because I'm always for the government getting the hell out of what you do in your own home.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
But any sort of legalization without actual home grow is just bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. So, yeah. So nothing lowers barriers. So we'll get into it when they decide what the heck they're gonna do, because I don't think they even know.
Right.
I want to talk about, since we're already talking about taxes, let me talk about this one first. I'm gonna go backwards, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay. California reports record illicit cannabis seizures as cultivation tax cut. As we were just talking about money and taxes, I like to sometimes point to California and other markets that have been around so we can go, okay, well, where are we headed? And are we going to do the same things as them and look at what similar outcomes would likely happen? California authorities reported seizing a record amount of illicit cannabis and cash in 2025, but the legal market struggles continue. California law enforcement reported seizing and destroying a record 377,000 pounds of illicit cannabis worth $609 million in 2025, Governor Gavin Newsom's office said Tuesday. But with illegal cultivation outpacing the regulated market by nearly a factor of 10, more drastic action than further tax cuts might be needed to rescue beleaguered small cannabis farmers. The country's most populous state, California, is still home to U.S. largest single cannabis market despite constant complaints from operators about shrinking margins. And last year, a shrinking market amid illicit market competition. Legal sales dipped to a 5-year low last year. A decrease blamed mostly on a short-lived tax hike that's since been repealed, which is not necessarily 100% correct. You'll remember that California had a like a transportation almost monopoly in California, and that company went under. And then, basically they owed a bunch of cannabis operators money and never paid them. And then, like, that's part of what was going on here last year or 2 years ago, maybe. So let's see. So California continues to seize illegal or illicit cannabis 18-fold, 21,000 pounds in 2022, when Newsom launched the Unified Cannabis Enforcement Task Force, a multi-agency effort that includes game wardens, tax inspectors, and labor regulators, as well as police. They reported that they eradicated 590,000 plants. They arrested 23 people, and they seized a whole 1.6 million in cash.
This is the grossest shit in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll never. I can't get behind incarceration for this fucking plant anymore. I don't understand how it's okay for fucking corporations to profit billions while fucking you're still imprisoning fucking individuals for possession. And
because
like,
because they're worried about the taxes that the state is making. They're not worried about the cannabis. They don't care about that. Hey, this is illicit cannabis because we're not able to tax it, and then they ship it out of state and blah blah blah
but
blah
then
blah
put
blah
the
blah blah.
framework for these people to fucking tax the shit that they're doing. Allow everybody the opportunity to
Absolutely.
enter the market so
Absolutely.
that there aren't fucking criminals in your state. And
Right.
when you keep continually criminalizing this
Right.
shit, you're not progressing anything. You're not
Correct.
helping anything. You're not getting
Correct.
any more taxes. Well, you are by incarcerating people. That's how the
Yes.
fuck.
Yes.
It's disgusting. It's a
Yes.
human trade
It's
fucking
hey,
game.
you can pay to play and then give us taxes, or we can arrest you and then take your shit,
Yeah.
and then we still get the money.
So sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kind of sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing we're seeing a lot of stuff play out, and if we're not that's why I tell people, like, the sooner that everybody realizes on that the government and the state is not for us, and the programs that they're that we're talking about are not for us, it's for them, the sooner we can get them to change it. Because if we call it what it is, regardless of what they call it in their ivory tower, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, point out that the emperor is not wearing clothes. Like, if it's shitty, let's talk about how shitty it is, and then we can get to fixing it. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's not about who's better or worse. It's about, like, hey, can we fix this for everybody? Because, like, everybody's got fucking problems. Everybody's got, whatever. But, like,
That would
come on,
be
man.
massive to have people think of other people and not just themselves for a minute.
I mean, Scott's Miracle-Gro to sell off cannabis subsidiary to marijuana MSO Vireo Growth. Vireo Growth, I probably should have brought this up too. Are you familiar with them, Dave?
No.
Okay. Probably should have. I forgot to bring this up beforehand. So, Vireo Growth is a cannabis company. Okay. They have all of these: Vireo Health, retail, leadership, investors. So they're a huge company, basically. They're a huge cannabis company. They're a huge medical company. Vireo Health has physicians and dispensaries and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So big MSO.
Okay.
Scott's Miracle-Gro to sell off cannabis subsidiary to marijuana MSO Vireo Growth. Scott's Miracle-Gro will transition to an equity participation arrangement with Vireo rather than maintaining direct ownership of Hawthorne. Hawthorne is the biggest supply chain company for home grow supplies in the United States. They ended up buying BFG a while ago. They're huge. They own pretty much everything. Hawthorne Gardening Company, the cannabis subsidiary of lawn and garden green giant Scott's Miracle-Gro Company. They will transition to what executives described as an equity participation arrangement with Vireo rather than maintaining direct ownership. Exact terms of the deal, described as a memorandum of understanding, were not announced. Scott's executive vice president, Chris Hagedorn, will be named to Vireo's board when the transition is complete.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. This is actually huge.
Dude, so this, oh my God. It just weirded me out. Like, I hear this thing and it sounds okay. It sounds like whatever. And it's like, oh, well, Scott's Miracle-Gro is selling to Vireo Growth, but we're going to implement all of our guys into Vireo Growth's thing. And here's the thing: if this Vireo Growth can't pay the bill, right, the 1.7 billion,
Oh, they
then
can though.
do they? I mean, what cannabis company has free cash flow of 1.7 billion, or has equity enough that is like long-term holding? Like, you know what I mean? I just don't know. And maybe they do. Maybe they can fucking rip it. But if you default on your loans, you know what happens then? Scott's Miracle-Gro owns Vireo Health. So it becomes a flip-flop of what
Right.
just happened there. We're going, oh, they're buying it, and whatever. I'm not a business person. I don't care what they end up doing. But when I hear that, like when I hear, oh, we want nothing to do with it, we're going to be hands off,
Well,
but we're going to implement our vice president as their
I mean,
guy.
so right before Christmas here, and we were just talking about this. Vireo Growth enters California and Florida and strengthens delivery platforms with acquisition of Ease Incorporated. Ease, we were just talking about them. They were the transportation monopoly that went under and just got bought by Vireo, and now Vireo is going to buy Scott's Miracle-Gro, which is like a $1.7 million company. Like they own so much. They own so much. Like except for the little guys in home grows, like you can't get any of that without going through them.
Yeah. Oof.
So via Hawthorne, which Scott's launched in 2014 as part of a $1.7 billion play to enter the cannabis industry. The traditional mainstream gardening supply companies scooped up cannabis, lighting, and nutrient companies across the country during the industry's boom time before running into familiar trouble. The company had laid off 1,000 employees as sales dipped by 40% by mid-2023, and at one point had to send $200 million worth of grow lights to the landfill for lack of a buyer.
That is like the grossest statement I've ever heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
See if there's anything. Okay, so Vireo embarked on a series of acquisitions beginning in December 2024 when it received $75 million in equity financing to acquire 4 single-state operators: Deep Roots Harvest in Nevada, The Flowery in Florida, Proper Brands in Missouri, and Wholesome Company Cannabis in Utah. It continued its buying spree last year, closing on a deal in October to buy 86% of struggling MSO Schwaze's convertible notes for $62 million following a default. In December, in December, Vireo announced it would acquire some of MSO PharmaCann's Colorado assets for $49 million, and earlier this month, it said it would acquire former Uber of weed retail and delivery platform Ease in a $47 million all-stock deal.
Oh, my God. Oh, this is what happened with, this was Medicine,
MedMen?
what was it, Medicine Man? Is that the name of it? Or, MedMen?
MedMen? Yeah.
MedMen.
Yeah.
That was, dude, they were stock optioning everybody, giving everybody stock options to acquire their shit, and their stock started increasing, and then fucking they couldn't pay the bills. Their stock.
Well, I mean, look at all the growth stores that are closing. I mean, I've been talking about this for a while. That the home growing is going away. You're not going to be able to get this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the stores around us that have closed. Like,
yeah, and this place received $75 million in equity financing.
Yeah.
To acquire 4 brands. Now all of a sudden they're supposed to have $1.7 billion to acquire. Like, I mean, these sub $100 million plans to purchase stuff. All of a sudden they're on their spending spree and going to spend $1.7 billion. And like it said, the deal isn't very well hashed out or whatever. They're not going to tell us all what's behind the workings there, but
people are getting paid for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought this was a good one. I figured that since January's over, it's February now. We could talk about people have finished up their dry January, but is dry January the new high January?
Bingo.
And since, everybody's been talking about hemp beverages, I thought it would also be fun. Let's see here. On a chilly January afternoon at a Stu Leonard's grocery store in Paramus, New Jersey, prominently featured in the center of the liquor department, sit stacks of colorful boxes of hemp-infused drinks. There are tropical punch seltzers, pineapple mojitos, peach-flavored iced teas, even root beer high soda. The growth in this category has been explosive for us, said Blake Leonard, a member of the third generation to run the family-owned business and president of Stu Leonard's Wine and Spirits. The retailer has even moved pallets of beer to make way for buzzy beverages. 3 years ago, Stu Leonard's carried fewer than 10 of these brands. Today, it offers up 75. Miss Leonard said, estimating that sales are 25% higher this January than last year. This month, millions of Americans are practicing dry January, giving up alcohol entirely. Others are doing damp January, cutting back on their alcohol consumption, and still others are experimenting with Cali Sober, looking for ways to get buzzed without the booze and the next morning hangover. For liquor manufacturers and retailers, January is a bleak month. For the last 3 years, alcoholic beverages have not only consistently lost ground to non-alcoholic drinks in January, but have rebounded more slowly, signaling a sustained lifestyle shift rather than a temporary post-holiday reset, the research firm Numerator wrote this month. But sales of cocktails, seltzers, and teas containing tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, have surged since their introduction a few years ago. Amid increased consumer demand and legalization of cannabis-derived drinks, major retailers like Target, Sprouts, and Circle K and national liquor stores are putting the beverages on their shelves. Yeah, we got Binny's here in the Chicagoland area, and they just announced that they're going to be doing hemp drinks at the United Center.
Yeah, they've been in bigger venues. They're at the Salt Shed. We know that they're going to the United Center. Every liquor store that I've been in since, for like the last probably 2 years has had, THC drinks inside of it. And it is just really funny to me how hard the drink sector is going after there was this supposed wannabe reclassification of hemp at the federal level.
Mhm.
So their guidelines are their new things, and though it hasn't fully taken effect, it's supposed to be 365 days, and we're supposed to figure out more, and they're supposed to tell us package size and whatever.
Mhm.
It's at 0.4 milligrams per container per package. And, the cannabis drink sector has never been more important or never more booming. And then Chicago just did this big hemp ban
Yep.
where everything is banned with hemp except for drinks are good to go.
Yep.
Like, wait. So if you have 1 gram of flour that is hot, all right, you're getting fined $1,000 for 1 gram. But if you've got beverages, run it,
So it says here, THC and its sibling cannabidiol or CBD are both produced by the cannabis plant, but differ significantly in their effects on the brain. Generally, drinks made with CBD will not make you, it says here, generally, drinks made with CBD will not make you feel intoxicated, but you may feel less anxious. But you're likely to feel something, relaxed or euphoric, or anxious and paranoid about 20 minutes after consuming a beverage containing THC. It can also trigger a positive drug test.
So the thing is, if it's triggering a positive drug test, it doesn't just have CBD in it. It has THC in it. And the testing standards for all of these things is ass. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But I digress.
Health experts warn that the beverages can have a significant kick and that consumers new to them should start with drinks that have small amounts of THC. Most drinks sold in retail stores have 5 to 10 milligrams, but some have even 20 and 60 milligrams. Yeah, absolutely. If you're new, go low and slow. Like, don't go all out. If you're a person who goes all out, then you're going to do what you're going to do anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost started a little spew there, but I'll hold it until the end of this show.
I mean, yeah. So it says here, where was I at? I was right there. Okay. So we said low and slow.
There is go down by the picture.
Yeah.
There's a part here that law capped the level of THC at 0.4 milligrams per beverage.
Yeah, I was trying to figure the lead out into that because that was what I wanted to be at, but there is, it's okay. The law,
Sorry.
no, it's okay. No, you're fine. This is actually what I wanted to get to. The law capped the level of THC. I think they mean the rescheduling law, right?
Yeah.
That'll be like, okay, so that's what they're talking about there, for clarification. The vast majority of such drinks currently sold by retailers contain significantly higher levels. With a limit of 0.4 milligrams, it's like saying you can still buy pens, but they won't have any ink in them. Christopher Lackner, the president and chief executive of, I love that too, Hemp Beverage Alliance and Industry Group. It worked with members of Congress on a bill introduced in mid-January to delay the THC limit to 2028. Amid the uncertainty, some manufacturers are weighing their futures. Let's see here. Normally at this time of year, Justin Hoff and Matt Swanson, the co-founders of Drinkin' Buds, would be ordering hemp seed to be planted in April in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. They use that crop to make their THC-infused spike lemonade, rum punch, and old-fashioned cocktails, which are sold in 14 states. This year, they are not planting any hemp, worried that if unchanged, the new federal limit on THC beverages and other products would make their drinks illegal. Our current beverage product has 5 or 10 milligrams per can. We won't be selling them anywhere anymore, and reformulating them would be difficult. It just wouldn't be worth the risk. So what you see here is small businesses going out of business. Cureleaf has said that they're not going to do hemp drinks, although Trueleaf, I don't think has. I haven't heard of any plans of them like stopping their hemp drink that they launched last year, which is kind of telling since they have so much money into rescheduling in terms of lobbying.
Some are backing off, but some are leaning into it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, as we see, senioritas and whatever, that
That's
whole
right.
group that
GTI
is going hard.
Right.
I mean, to get this thing put into the United Center, where there is major sporting events with tens of thousands of people.
It's already in Target. There's more people in Target and Circle K.
Yeah, bingo.
I mean, we've got it. How are we gonna walk that back?
And that's my theory on it too. Is okay. Some people are going to walk away from it because they don't want to be made an example of. And my guesstimations is maybe the people like that are operating in states where they don't have such a good connection with the political powers. Because if you're in a state where you have connections to all the political powers and they're willing to say, fuck what the government says, and we'll let you do what we tell you you can do.
Right.
And even though the government fucking says 0.4 milligrams, the government also said 0 THC period because it is a Schedule 1 drug, and all of these markets have existed, both medical and adult use and whatever. So as long as you're plugged in your, within your state, I like I said, I see this going, it's going to be a wild ride to watch. I almost could like I said, we can paint the picture of what's going to happen though.
Mm-hmm.
There's a real possibility that a headline comes out at some point, man caught with $4 million worth of weed trying to call it hemp or whatever. And then it's going to be this poor sad sap that got caught with under 10 P's or something, under 5,000 grams, which is the fucking one where you go up to the top and you go into prison for many, many years or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're going to be right underneath that, and they're going to make an example of him. They're going to charge him $4 million worth of a fine. He's never going to be able to pay it. He'll probably spend some time in prison being this martyr for the fucking cause, and it's horseshit. But yeah, we'll see how this thing plays out. And then at the same time, there will be people and groups like a GTI who will profit that much in a single month due to their excessive reach and, anyway, I don't know.
Hey man, it's everybody's favorite time. It's time for Dave's Conditional Cannabis Corner. And this time, your kids will eat it.
Oh,
You got some symptoms from your condition to help you feel better. That is my mission. At the conditional cannabis corner, you can get that information, and it won't even cost you a quarter.
all right, friends. Welcome to another Conditional Cannabis Corner. Thanks for hanging out. This one is about cannabis drinks. They're kind of good segue from where we were at. But are cannabis drinks more effective or less effective? Um, there seems to be like this is the next thing that's happening. At first, everybody was like, edibles, super cool, gummies and chocolate bars and whatever, the pretzels, they were on everything. Um, Drinks are the new thing that's going on. I will start off by saying drinks and edibles, though they're both consumed as like a food product, they do not carry the same efficacy. These are two separate situations that are going on. We are consuming them orally, and orally means something that goes through our mouth and into our guts, and then we digest it that way. Um, but there's a split that goes on with the difference between an edible and a drink. Drinks also are getting absorbed in the mouth. Sublingually is what we call that because of our receptors in the mouth. There is an onset that starts there, but also in cases of like nanoemulsification, we just have a better bioavailability. Um, Cannabis drinks seem to onset a little bit faster than cannabis edibles. Cannabis drinks are like and it's all individually based, but 10 to 30-minute onset, edibles an hour to two. Efficacy wise, cannabis drinks tend to be maybe 2 to 4 hours. Maybe we'll call it 2 to 6 hours because some people have that lingering thing. Where edibles are what, 6 to 8, maybe 10, depends on your digestion rate and how things go. But there's a direct difference, but the big thing, just bioavailability. Like I talked about last week, if you heard it, when we're eating an edible, scientifically, they think that we're only absorbing 4 to 15%, something like that, of whatever that edible is that we're consuming. So when we assumtively call the thing 100 milligrams or a 10 milligrams, how much are we actually absorbing? Again, it's also the process of how that digests through the liver. Now, they both do, and there is some hydroxy 11 produced in both directions, but the way that the edibles break down tends to be a little bit longer of a situation. And I think that for the difference of the two, with a quicker onset, I think drinks are the way, especially if you're a newer consumer. I think drinks might be the starting point over edibles. I know a lot of people are very okay with, they don't want to smoke anything when they first get introduced to cannabis, but they're willing to eat something or drink something or whatever. We're used to eating and drinking all the time. People have never smoked before in their life aren't going to pick up something inhalable. But I'm okay with this too because there's a level of like socialness that comes out of the drink aspect of it, right? Where, everybody just wants to get along. I say all the time, the atomic bong, bring everybody together. When you see a cannabis consumer across the street, they're smoking, you go, holy shit, I would like to smoke with him. There's this thing where like cannabis brings everybody together and it's less divisive, right? I don't see a bunch of people sitting around drinking cannabis drinks, yelling at each other about sports teams. Now, granted, is there that natural fight in some, it's not fight, argument, whatever. Sure, but I believe that, and all of you do too, and that's why you consume this thing, and that's why you're an advocate for it too, is it calms you down, it makes you chill, and you know, most of the time we're more agreeable. But so as like a social thing, I think drinks kind of play a very cool role. Um, in the microdosing side of things, there's an argument that drinks could be playing a better role also. And it's both because they're more bioavailable, they more quickly onset, but also too, like when you're in a range of, well, 4 to 15%, whatever, that's kind of drastic too. It, how much are we absorbing? What are we getting into us? So like, I like the idea of using drinks as the microdoser comparatively to an edible where there's inconsistencies based off of what we've eaten for the day, what our exercise rate is, everything. So um, there's just a lot of reasons why drinks arguably could be better than um, uh, edibles for the beginning user, but also maybe for every user. Now, Cole regularly says like it just sucks that there is limitations to how many milligrams can be in a individual package, and currently there isn't a lot of, like we saw in the last article that we were talking about, there's 5 milligram, 10, 20, 60. You know, people are still putting 100 milligrams plus in drinks if you go into a dispensary. um but I do think that everybody should consider, especially new users, should consider the drinks as their ingestible form of cannabis use for introduction, especially for lower dose introduction. And again, like I said, the kind of social aspect of what drinking is and how many bars exist out there and whatever. Everybody's looking for that social opportunity. I love that thing. I love that we could take away the harmfulness of, and we just got over dry January or whatever, dry forever. You know, do what you do, and that's fine. And I even drink a little bit of alcohol every once in a while, but excessive alcohol use is, um, to me, it's far more dangerous, and I'm not a medical professional. Make sure you always remember not to take medical advice from me. But there is, it's far less harmful in with than alcohol, right? With a prolonged use, and it is a little less on the addictive side of things too. Anyway, I like drinks for the future. I hope you do too. Thanks again. Love y'all.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
Good times.
yeah, no, it was, I do like drinks. Have you drank a lot of cannabis
Not
drinks?
a lot. I will tell you honestly, I don't generally fucks with edibles too much. Sometimes, but I don't mess with like ingestibles too much. I am more of a smoker or an inhaler because I don't like long-term sustained
Okay, so
effect. I like to
bingo.
be able to be like, yo,
In and out,
you know what I mean?
Yep. Well, so that is why, and two, for me, like the first few edible drinks that came about in the day were like tonics, like
Mhm.
those, whatever. I used to be able to eat. I mean, again, there's been days where I literally ate thousands of milligrams of THC and
Right.
didn't feel like I felt anything.
Yeah.
But I've taken, less than 100 milligrams of a drink before and been on my ass.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like, yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll eat like half a 20 milligram gummy and be like, I got to go to bed because I'm tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like I can eat a 20 milligram gummy and, go walk around like like no problem.
And that, like I said, very inconsistent. The beauty in drinks are, and you know, I personally, if I'm going to eat an edible and I'm trying to get it for effect,
Hmm.
drinks are the way I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have tried some drinks. I don't do it often.
Yeah.
I just don't do it often enough.
It's because you don't need a lot too, right?
Right.
Like I could see, I think the thing is, and this is true with all of them, a lot of people that used to come into the dispensary used to go, "Hey, I want like I just want that thing. I want more candy. I like chocolate bars, so I just ate more of the chocolate bar.
Right.
I like gummies, so I just ate more of the gummies." And I'm like, "Well, go buy some gummies and then go buy
Right.
some Haribo's
Right.
and eat one of the fucking cannabis gummies and then eat the Haribo's afterwards." And
Right.
like, you know what I mean? But the beauty in drinks are, I'm like, okay, you don't want to drink the entire drink, right? The same way, but I like
Right.
drinks. I drink stuff all day long. You can typically take a Sprite, add a little bit of said drink
Yeah.
into it, or a lemonade, or a tea, or something. Add a little bit of that drink into it, and have a full drink of something, and decrease the potency of it and make it a little bit whatever. You know, we're like diluting a edible. You have to like
Mhm.
cut the thing in half, and then again, if you're in the factor of like, I want to eat more of something, your
Yeah.
only answer is to consume more sugars and gummies and chocolate bars and whatever.
Yeah.
Where on the other end, it's like, okay, I put this part of a drink into tea,
Mhm.
and teas are beneficial
Yeah.
medicinally and health wise and whatever. So, like, you know, you take away some of that negative factor of things and you don't have to consume as much sugar. And you know, there's a lot of benefit to, I like the drinks. I used to try and like sell drinks before I'd sell any edible.
Yeah. I mean, I like some of the like what like speaking of Mason, like the fruit drink stuff that he sent, the additive
Real, real
earlier
nice.
this year was fantastic. I mean,
Really
I'm a big fan of like adding to drinks is different. I like that a little bit more, being able to control the dosage a little bit more. That's more appealing to me than just having like a 10 milligram can of whatever that may hit me hard, may not hit me. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think that's the whole
I'd
thing
rather
where,
add a little bit to each drink and then be able to do it all night.
well, and like it's hard to keep things consistently,
Sure.
right? I think there's an industry sway of 15% for this thing, which means
Right.
if it's a 10 milligram, it could be 8.5, it could be 11.5,
Right.
which could cause kind of the confusion to begin. But even then, when you said go low, go slow, and that's the true kind of
Yeah.
what the industry claims. With a drink, if even if it's a 10 milligram thing, you take a sip of the 10 milligram thing, put it down, and we know that the onset time is 15 to 20 minutes. You can wait.
Yeah.
Nobody's that, and if you are, you're not maybe using this thing for the right thing. Nobody's that anxious to be intoxicated by
Right.
something, I don't think, right? And if you're trying to find, especially like in the way that I hope, like a medical benefit from it too,
Mhm.
it doesn't make sense to go, okay, well, I'm going to start with the 10 milligram one, slam it down, and see if I need 5 more of them because they came in a pack of 6.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I hope that's not the way that people do things anyway. I've always said, like, take as little of it as you can to get to the point of comfort,
Right.
and then you're saving yourself money, which, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, there's just, yeah, low and slow.
Low and slow, baby. It's
That's
like barbecue. That's it. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's our show for today. Next week we got a guest. Super looking forward to that.
very looking forward to next week.
I'm not even gonna tease who it is because probably only one person will actually know who it is.
Yeah.
But you know, you never know when people cancel and stuff like that.
Yeah, we need to get oh man, his name was just on the tip of my tongue.
Satisfied Mind is also upcoming
yeah.
too.
I'm into that.
I talked to him. I have not forgotten about you as well. Alex.
No. Yeah,
Mason?
oh, that would be incredible. Alex Mason.
Are
would
you
be
talking
incredible.
about repeat guests or new guests?
No, the guy that's the growing fucking, I can't think of his name. It'll come to me eventually. The guy that Mark something maybe, like the badass grower guy, California, fucking multi-plant prison sentence, fucking uh, Mark maybe. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna. Mm-hmm. You know what? You can cut this part out so that I can
I
find
will.
this man.
I will.
Hold on. I am going to tell you who it is in about 2 seconds. Todd McCormick.
Oh yeah, Todd McCormick for sure.
That's the guy. I want to talk to Todd McCormick really bad.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And right after him, Cheech and Chong, baby.
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm glad we took that long to get here.
Jesus H.
Yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah, we love you all. Smoke weed every day. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.
Donuts!